in your opinion, is there a benefit from abstaining from masturbation, um, in a sense that if you withhold that sexual energy, what does that sexual energy become? Do you think it's more of a negative thing to withhold that sexual energy, or is there a positive benefit that comes from this?
Yeah, well, first, I think, a lot of NoFap and the advice around it and reason why it became popular in the last, I don't know, 15 years, let's say, is because of streamable internet porn. It's like, I'm 35, so millennial. When I discovered my penis, let's say, it took a long time to download clips. And I think that's a huge thing that maybe slightly older people or critics of NoFap don't really understand, right? It's not about not exploring sexual pleasure or,
Okay.
it's certainly not about like taking, let's say, an archaic stance of abstaining from any kind of pleasure like that. That's certainly not it. It's mainly that, especially for, let's say, Gen Z guys growing up with streamable porn, it can really, I mean, it's a lot of research that I'm not going to rattle off, but like it can
Yeah.
really affect your brain in kind of permanent ways for young males. And also it's extremely addictive, right? I mean, what is more addictive than images of women when you're a 12-year-old boy, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of guys my age and younger specifically have seen, like, just as bad as many kinds of substance abuse, it can really ruin a person's life. Maybe not ruin their entire life in extreme case, but certainly affect his relations with women. And I was speaking to a friend who's a woman about this recently. Like, if you meet a guy who is older and seems like a decent guy and he's single, I'd say there's a good chance he's addicted to porn. Like,
Gotcha.
yeah, and this is just anecdotal observation and a bit of speculation. But anyway, sorry to answer your actual question. I think not wasting your arousal is a really beneficial thing. I mean, a lot of NoFap kind of in a kind of a suit. It often references like ancient Taoist or yogic practices of not spilling your seed as a man, so to speak. And I think
Yeah.
there are a lot of benefits to it because any guy can attest that when you're horny and you're not wasting it away, there's a certain kind of like acuteness of attention and arousal and aliveness that you feel. Like,
Yeah.
if I have sex with my wife and I choose not to come, I'm paying better attention to her the next day than if I do come, right? Like
Right.
it's just like it is a physiological thing. So without over spiritualizing or like trying to exaggerate the benefits, yeah, I think in general it's a very useful thing for men specifically to not necessarily go straight for gratification. Obviously, it makes you a better lover. I think it makes you a more attentive partner, even
Yeah.
outside of the bedroom, and it's just good for you. That's not to
Yeah.
say that, masturbation is evil or ejaculating is the worst thing in the world. It's not, obviously.